Welcome back, and we are about to start our next edition of Perfect Pairings. We're at Chance's Barside Lounge today, and we're going to be trying some delicious food, some prawns and some fish and chips, and we're matching them up with a bunch of different beers. And George Siglin joins us from Northam Brewing, as well as Andy Wallbank, who is the food and beverage manager here at Chance's. So you guys, thank you very much for being here today.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure.
And you guys have made a specific plan about what you wanted us to eat today. We're trying some beautiful prawns along with fish and chips. What made you choose these two things?
I think they just complement the beer very well, the actual fish product.
Okay. Well, Bryce Herman, my lovely co-host, and I are very excited to give these things a try. So perhaps we should have the food come out now. We'll let them put it down on the table.
Absolutely.
And maybe we'll ask Will to come in and join us for a minute here. Come on over. Tell us a little bit about these prawns. They look delicious.
All right, well today you got some sauteed prawns and garlic butter. Prawns are seasoned with a salt and pepper, seared off, and then finished with a little bit of white wine and garlic butter. Served to you with a garlic pita and a little wet lemon wedge for you.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for telling us about this. Should we give them a try, Bryce?
Absolutely. It can't be too far wrong because it's prawns and garlic and wine and butter. So it's got all the good things. Would you like some lemon on there?
I would love some lemon on there.
All right, we're going to go with that.
And then, George, you should tell us a little bit about what would go well with all of these different types of beer sitting in front of us. What would go the best with the prawns?
Well, for me, it's always a little bit adventure. I personally, because we have those nice strong flavors on those prawns, and I would go with something nice, summery and light. For example, like a Whistler Weiss beer, which has a little bit soft bananas and cloves in it, and it's very summery, subtle beer. Or surprise of this summer, actually, is not a beer, but we launch English-style cider, which is on the dry side. We wouldn't fight with those beautiful flavors of those prawns, and made from Okanagan apples and locally packaged in Kamloops.
Oh, so it is local product.
Yeah, we launched it. Our company launched it this summer. Long Tree, and is a great little cider, I believe. And I believe it goes really well with those flavors. From
it would make sense that a cider that's a little more crisp and clean on the finish is going to go well with those. So
and it's dry, and it's very dry. That means it will not fight with the flavors. Yeah.
The prawns are so good, Andy. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. There's a prominent, like a lemon, garlic. Certainly, there's always going to be garlic, but that lemon is really fresh. Which one should I try then?
I would probably do first a little bit of cider, and then another little prawn, and then the Weiss beer.
Yummy. That's good.
That's a nice cider.
What flavor are we having? What is this, apple? Or?
It is apple.
It's an apple, English-style cider. And the beauty is, sometimes you have 3-4 beers and you need something else to clean your palate. You go for English-style cider.
Yes.
Then you can go back to your beer, or you switch to wine. It's a really nice transfer.
And that goes well, of course, with Andy being English.
I truly believe so. Yeah, and here's the second bite of the prawn. Please not trust the Weiss beer. What do you think? It's unfiltered, German style. That means not everybody like it, but.
Which one is this? This one?
Yes, that's the Whistler Weiss beer, made from organic wheat.
That is delicious.
Thank you.
What am I tasting there? What is that?
Banana and cloves.
Yummy.
Nice
you like
saddle.
that?
And that's a very unique beer.
Yes.
And the interesting thing with wheat beers is that it is a different flavor. And are there any hops at all in this particular one?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because I mean there are some that are made with absolutely no hops, and that's why I asked that. Because wheat beer is a very unusual beer in the fact that in some instances there are no hops added.
Yes. So many people actually like it to garnish it with orange.
Right.
Or
something citrus.
Citrus a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I think it's going really well and pairing very nicely along with the prawns with a little bit of fresh lemon juice on it.
And refreshing.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm staring down the fish and chips that are on the other side. Will, can we try those fish and chips?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you. Will is a good chef. He's very good.
We're sliding these out of the way because we're ready for the next course.
Thank you. Okay, don't let us eat alone, people. You guys can eat too. Here, we'll just shift those around.
Allowed.
Okay, so who would like to talk to us about the fish and chips a little bit? Andy, do you want to talk to us a little bit about? I know that this beer has been used in the beer batter.
That's right. Yeah. We actually use the beer to form the batter for the actual cod fillets. The cod fillets are soaked in flour first, and then made with the Whistler beer batter. And it's just served with just freshly cut fries and a small side salad.
So how do you choose what kind of beer to use in a beer batter? How do you know?
You can more or less use any type of beer to make batter with, as long as it's got some sort of form of yeast in it. And we just choose the Whistler honey lager, honey beer.
Let's give that a little taste, shall we?
You go right ahead. I've cut it off.
I'm coming in for it.
Ladies first. Oh, I'm knocking fries on the
That's okay.
table. It's
So,
all
okay,
good.
here we go. Incoming.
Going in.
Oh, I'm
Didn't put any lemon on this one, though. Oh,
Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Am I waiting for the lemon?
Can I hold
Yep.
your mic? Then you can enjoy.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, please.
That's perfect. Yeah, now we're in.
Now I'm
Now
there.
we're ready. Now we're ready. This way I don't have to eat alone.
You guys, that is delicious. Okay. Taste it with the beer. Cheers.
Cheers. And cheers.
Marcel, you can have a little bit after, hey? Maybe? Yeah.
Sorry, Marcel. Our poor camera guy, he's got to sit over there on the other side while we do
Oh,
this.
that's good.
Many people think fish and chip is a simple dish. But
We're going to let you go like this now.
oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Many people think
Yes.
a fish and chip is just a simple dish, easy to do. Oh boy, it takes lots of skills to do. I really do that. The fish is flaky, it's not soggy. It's quite an art to do a proper English fish and chip. I think so.
The only thing is we're not getting it wrapped in newspaper.
Yeah, I know.
So
Can you imagine going to an English pub and them not offering fish and chips? Would that happen?
That wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't happen.
it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen.
I thought I'd ask. I wasn't sure.
We have to ask those questions.
Yeah.
You know what? Absolutely delicious. I think those go together really well. What about you? What do you think?
I do, and it, you know, I mean, it isn't that I always agree with all of them, because the reality is as we've been doing some of these segments, we've talked about the fact that, you know, everybody's palate is a little bit different, and it's really important that everybody understands that, you know, what you and I taste and we say, well, this is really great. They may come in and you may come into the Barside Lounge at Chances and just try it and go, yeah, it doesn't work for me, and that's okay, because another combination will probably work, because everybody's palate is very much unique and different, and that's why each of us likes certain things, and you know, we pair up different wines, beers, etc. And we all have certain types of food that we like or dislike.
For example, while you're talking, you went automatically for the honey beer because it's in the butter.
Exactly.
Grab the rice beer or the cider and try with
And
the
try it
fish
again.
and chip. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, experiment a little bit. Like you say, it's an adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure. Yeah.
Delicious, you guys. I just want to say thank you very much for having us here today. I think this is a really good pairing.
I do too.
The food and the beer is delicious, so I want to say thank you, Andy. We really appreciate you letting us come in today.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and George, always a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, it was fun, and I wish we can do this more often.
Oh, you know what? I think we should do it all the time.
Every day would work.
Every day. All right, you guys, thanks very much. Bryce, always a pleasure to have you here with me. So
it was
thank
great.
you.
I enjoyed it, and again, thanks from my point of view as well. Really appreciate the time invested in putting it together for us, and it's great to be able to do this. It really does give everybody a chance, and I think, you know, the people that are listening and watching get a chance to actually get an idea of what these pairings are. And we've talked before in the last segment around beer. It's just as important to know that you can pair beer with food as wine. Very, very much.
Absolutely.
And trying varieties.
Yeah. All right, well, that does it for this edition of Perfect Pairings. You guys, thank you very much again. We will take a break. There is more Midday coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.